What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down the podcast, where we break down all of the drama, shade, and iconic moments from your favorite reality TV shows. I'm Poe Theory.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Danielle.
How's everyone doing today?
Great. Happy hump day.
Happy Hump
Happy
Day.
Wednesday. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, let me be the first to tell you, for us to call it a hump day and ain't been humped, that is crazy.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
same, honestly.
What'd you say, Danielle?
I said same. You have to schedule, those type of things when you have older children. It's not that easy when they get older.
Because they know what you're doing in there.
Bitch, everybody want to talk. They were not going to do it. Everybody want to question. Can I do this? A friend want to come over.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to talk to your father.
Now I'm trying to talk to him. Well, what part are you trying to talk to him? All right.
Going to see the man about a horse.
And I thought that was taking us.
No. I guess it depends. Well, I always knew the saying as I'm about to go see a man about a horse.
Oh.
No, I always thought that was just about anything. I thought it was just like mind your business.
Oh, is that what it
That's when
is?
you going to
Yeah,
go see
like whatever. What you about to go do? They be like, I'm about to go see a man about a horse.
Oh, I
Like that.
said.
Yeah, it was always like just.
See, I got that referred to as a sexual encounter to go see a man about a horse.
But that might be mind your business too. They are saying
but
probably
that's
mind your business.
mind your
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
I always thought it was
Yeah.
I always use them when I go sit on the toilet.
Oh.
But
Now that's
is the horse coming out?
I don't know. I just heard it. Maybe it's to your point. That person that I heard it from just used it for that.
Like mind your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
But I just associated it with
Mind your
that.
business.
Yeah.
Just mind your business. So of course, guys, I mean, yes, we are here to review the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but we cannot start this episode off without letting you know one of the most amazing things that happened to us as a podcast this week. I'm just so emotional about it.
The one and only.
The one and only. The one found her way on our lovely little Instagram page, which is also EJCD Podcast on Instagram.
Nice.
And that would be Bose.
Our queen. We love
She commented and liked our reel, guys. She knows us. She knows we exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. She also said
Bose.
thank you.
She did.
She was like, we real cute, y'all real black, and we love it. She invited us to the wedding.
She did.
To her and Keely. Like, we're besties now. And that's what it is.
Hey, Bose Bookie. We love you.
Not Bose Bookie. I'm dead. All right, guys. So we are going to do things a little differently this week. So instead of going scene by scene, because obviously as we are getting outside of like arguments every single scene in this show, we are going to really just highlight the things that stood out to us as a group. The first scene, and I wouldn't say it really stood out to me that much, but it was just something that I just wanted to bring up. One, every single time I see Keely, and by the way, this is the first time on the show that I've said his name right. I made it a point because I've been calling that man everything but his name. Keely, take that shirt off and don't ever wear that shirt again. That shirt bothered me.
It was very interesting. I was shocked. I thought
it was a choice.
Oh, I don't even remember the shirt.
It was leopard print. He looked like one of us on U Street.
Oh,
it was given that. You said he was a what?
Cheetah girl.
You know, that's probably why I didn't even notice. He probably just looked like one of the girls I see on Sunday.
All the time. All the time. That's what he was giving. And Bose was over there looking like a... Never mind. She watches this.
Yes. Watch your words.
I wasn't going to say anything bad about her. It was just more so in relation to his Cheetah Girl shirt. But, I mean, that's it. That's all, y'all. Don't beat me up.
So... The only thing that came out of this scene was for some reason, I was really questioning. I was like, does Keely want kids? Like, she seems to be more into the kid situation than he is. Just from this one scene. I asked Desmond about this, and he said that on the beach scene earlier in the season, he did say that he wanted kids. But for some reason last night, it just wasn't giving me that. I don't know. It was interesting.
I could agree on that. But then this is where I'm going to, like, backpedal a little bit. I was trying to figure out if he was into Bose in general. I was like trying to figure out like, is this genuine? Like something about that conversation was like me and my friend going out to lunch versus a guy that I was sleeping with. It was very friend-like to me. And like I said, the distraction of the shirt could have been it for me.
That's what I think it is. That shirt really threw us off. It really threw us off.
And well, that and it being open to at a particular length
and tucked. And
So-
tucked. It was a trifecta. The print, the
Yeah.
silhouette,
yeah,
and tucked.
it was. I mean, again, that was more shocking to me. So again, I was like, yeah, I'm hearing the kid conversation, but he looks zoned out. Like, wow, your hair looks pretty.
To kind of piggyback off of what you guys were saying, just in terms of the conversation regarding the children, I think he can want children all he wants, but I think us being men, we have a privilege. We can have kids until we're 2,000 years old. And I think they can have the same goal, but Bose being the business leader that she is very type A. So if we're saying that we want to get married and this is our goal, I need you to understand what my timeline is and not just like, oh, because I want to get things done quickly. Like, no, it's my biology.
Right.
And I don't think that you're necessarily being fair to me because technically you don't have to rush because you feel like you can have kids anytime. And me being a woman, that's not the case.
But then let's take it a step further because she also talked about physically not carrying the child as well. She was talking about doing a surrogate because she's already at the age where she's like, me being pregnant is like a joke. So
right.
There's that too. They're still in the same age bracket because you got just as much time as me. You're going to be the same 6-year-old with a 5-year-old too.
Yeah, but I think it's like but I think she wants to carry it though. She wants to carry it.
She does, but even like biology aside, I just feel like kids both have to be ready at the same time. And I do feel like, especially for a hetero male, no shade, I did feel like he did a good job explaining himself. He kind of laid out hey, I love that you haven't rushed me so far. You know, I would kind of appreciate if you don't rush me now because I don't respond well to that. I thought he did a good job kind of expressing himself in regard to that. I mean, I definitely get both sides. I get where Bose is coming from and kind of feeling more pressure on her end, especially if she does want to carry it. But like I said, at the same time, especially with something like a child, you know, both parties definitely have to be ready or kind of close to the same point. And if they're not, you kind of setting yourself up for failure, in my opinion.
That's fair.
No, I agree with that 100%. You closed that out really well. Just for me to close it out as well, don't ever wear that shirt again. Thank you.
Please don't.
just not a fan. So then we move on to Mo and Kyle.
So sad.
It was so sad.
Mo looks very thin. Sorry, but he's thin.
He's shaped like an upside down triangle. Like he got no booty, no legs, no nothing, but just all back and shoulders.
Well, he's eating canned goods. He said he didn't I didn't say that. My husband eats dinner every night.
I don't know why the way you said it. Just not canned goods. First of all, it was canned soup.
Canned goods.
It's a good in a can. It's a good in a can. I think he did that to make it seem like I still can't figure out life without you. Even though I know we're going to a path of separation, because he's not trying to pull a PK where it's like, how you like the new PK? You like my new outfit? Huh?
Right.
Do you like it? Do you like this stuff? And I feel like he's trying to, because if he would have came in there and would have been like, oh yeah, he already let her know about the furniture. But had he come in there and was like, yeah, not only did I get new furniture, but I have this new chef and she's cooking me all these meals and I'm really able to take care of myself. Even though the end goal is for them to be, to get a divorce, don't seem so self-sufficient without me just yet.
Right.
And that's kind of the vibe that I was getting from him.
No, I also got, when they had their little hug moment, I was like, oh, on a night where the girls are all together and they got drunk at a party, they can absolutely still be having sex.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that at all.
I did.
No, I had a hug like that at the end of my situation.
Mhm.
Literally, when I packed my bags, got in the car, and we turned on Natasha Bedingfield, feel the rays on your skin. And the hug was like, it was so sad. And at one point, like I tried to, like it was very subtle, but I went like to end it like a slight, and he wouldn't let me go. It's like that, even though that's not their goodbye hug,
Right.
I recognize like it's just a sentimental.
Okay, I could be reading it wrong.
I didn't get a out of that.
I'm reading
It's
30
safety,
plus. I read
comfortability.
safety. I read 30 years of marriage, and I still can't believe this is happening to me because
Yes.
she's literally highlighted that her proudest moment is that she's been able to keep her marriage in a place where people don't have successful marriages for 25 plus years, and then all of a sudden it went to shit.
Yeah. And when she talked about the main thing, when she talked about the fact that he's in a new environment, she's still in the house and just how it feels, like that definitely
Oh,
hit. I definitely got that. And, you know, that has to be rough. Like, I know how all the people feel about Kyle and even us. Well, even me,
Yeah.
I should say, because y'all would have done it anyway. But we've given her a lot of grief this season.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can not feel bad for her in that moment. And I don't know. It was just hard to watch. And also, I feel like you can tell that they do still love each other. I don't know if they're in love.
Of course.
But just their interactions with each other is still just very like, they still operate as a
There's
team.
something there.
Something is there.
Something could have.
So I kind of feel the same way as Danielle. Is like maybe I don't know. I'm different because I spin the block on almost all my exes, to be honest, at some point. But maybe they, maybe they. I don't know if they have or they might at some point. But I could see what you were saying, Danielle.
To clarify, we will always give major pressure to Kyle in group scenes, but none of my ire or dislike for Kyle ever extends to her solo scenes.
You did say that earlier.
I immediately throw out who she is in the group when she's with her family and talking about her personal life. I will say, not to keep this conversation going too long, I feel like we would get a true, better understanding of their dynamic and be able to understand it more if we knew what actually happened.
I agree. And I don't know if we'll ever know.
Right.
Yeah. But that's,
We don't know who's at fault.
Yeah. And then on that same note, when she was just kind of going through it in the confessional, I feel like that's kind of one of the most transparent she's been about how she actually feels about everything. So it was kind of, I think she made it easier to relate to her in that scene for once.
Yes. Yeah. And I do want to say, sorry, no, I just said, but I wanted to touch on the part where you said about the home versus the condo. The way she articulated that was perfect because I could empathize with her in that way of like, everything stays constant in her world, but there's this one huge thing that is missing. And so where you would be getting up in the morning to go make him coffee and you're going through that routine and then you go, Mo, and oh wait, he's not here. Mind you, Mo is in a completely new world where everything is brand new. So he doesn't even really have time to really focus on the fact that like, oh yeah, my like he can't, there's no automatic motions he's going through for him to realize like his life is different because everything around him is a reminder that his life is different. Yeah. I almost feel I have to just feel worse for Kai. Like I don't like this for Kai.
When she was looking out that window and that bird hit that window, I was like, oh my God, Kyle.
Yeah.
No, I felt bad for her. Looking out the window of a dead bird.
I felt bad for the bird and for Kyle.
I ain't feel bad for that bird because the bird did it twice. It was his fault. He wanted it again. I don't feel sorry for people like that. Learn something from this. We were all rooting for you. Okay. I think this episode kind of showed me where the show needs to go and where the show needs to leave. And that would be for me, like when they split the group up, I appreciated the Kathy, Bose, Dorit, and Erica group way more than I enjoyed Reba and them. And the reason I'm saying Reba is because Reba ran that.
She ran them girls, didn't she?
Reba.
Reba Miss McIntyre the third, honey. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Sutton invited.
Erica.
No, she didn't invite
No.
Erica.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Erica. She did
Kyle.
not invite
Kyle and Garcelle.
Kyle and Garcelle.
Yes. To go to Augusta, looking
Which
like
I thought was strange to begin with.
Why?
Well, her inviting Kyle, I was like, that's interesting. I was wondering why she chose Kyle over Erica or Kyle over Jennifer Tilly.
Well, in the after show, Jennifer Tilly said she was not available. She was in Italy. And then I totally understand. If she wanted to keep it to two people, I can totally see why she would invite Kyle over Erica. I will say, piggybacking off what Jared said a couple episodes ago about how she is trying to become Queen Bee or raise in the ranks. I don't think that she wanted anyone to take the shine from her. And that's why she didn't invite Erica. I think Erica would have flourished really well in those scenes being down there interacting with Reba, because if you hear about Erica's relationship with her mother when she first came on the show, it's very similar. Well, and I think she didn't want that. She didn't want to compete with that.
I thought so. I thought it was weird at first. Well, at first, honestly, I just thought it was like something production decided. Which probably I'm sure they had a hand in it. But later on, suddenly it kind of explained it when she mentioned that Garcelle and Kyle's mothers both passed, and et cetera, et cetera. I actually think for once her reasoning did make sense, especially as far as her not inviting the rest of the group when she was saying it was a personal trip for her, especially after seeing how she interacts with her mother. It all kind of made sense to me as to why she went with Kyle and Garcelle. And then two, we do have to consider that at one point, Sutton and Kyle were friends. Remember, Sutton did live in Kyle's house for a while, et cetera, et cetera. They were cool at first when Sutton first came on the show, and she's never really been close to Erica. So if you consider all that, I think it kind of makes sense considering who she had to choose from out of the group.
No, that's fair. They've been oil and water off and on forever, so that's fair.
No, 100%. So when they get to the airport, Avi's there. My first question, and then she followed up and answered immediately, which I was very happy to see, because I still was under the assumption. Well, no, I wasn't under this. I was just a little confused. I did not know if Sutton was owed money outside of her husband, and come to find out she was not owed money. Her father was wasn't he like a psychiatrist or some type of doctor? He was, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't.
But that was about it. So when they put up to the house, I thought that was a home that she grew up in. Come to find out, no, that was a home that her and Christian purchased together, and she got in a divorce. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. What, like her and Jennifer Tilly, honey? Like, come on, my guy.
And that house was beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
The mother-daughter. It had a mother-daughter in the back. That's one of my favorite style houses. Yeah. When you have your own little casita in the back. That's beautiful. I didn't like who was living in the back though.
Right.
Reba.
I don't like that. I ain't like that. I knew she meant business when she came in with that haircut and that floral little boxy top with her friend. And you got a little special friend when you're a woman
she told production, call him a friend. He's a friend of mine. Don't say partner. Don't say boo. None of this new jazzy stuff y'all put on these screens. He's a friend.
They highlighted and put in parentheses that friend. When she came to that door, because she saw them coming up the driveway.
Right.
She saw that and came trotting right in with her friend. I was like, ugh.
When they came in and, Garcelle introduced herself and then Kyle introduced herself and then she called Kyle pretty, and then Garcelle was like, why did she call me pretty? You
the hell. It's like
Garcelle took the words out of my mouth because I had literally just said it out loud before she said it.
Right. So what do y'all think it is? What do you do you think it's racism?
She's a woman. She's 82 years old, born and raised in the Deep South. That's all I'm going to say about it. And I think the women already knew that because prior to them going, let's go backwards a little bit. prior to them meeting the mom, they were all on a phone call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Garcelle and Sutton were together, and then they called Kyle.
Yeah, you look so pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just looking at you and stuff. Whatever.
She got her new light.
Shut up. But Sutton was almost hinting like, you don't know my mother. Like they had back conversations, not filmed. Like, hey, my mom's old. She's old and Southern. Garcella, I already told her you were black. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Because my mom, she comes from a different time. So she's not that open. And everyone who watched that, which if you follow us on Twitter, everybody just calm down. You'll see in live time, it was very cringy. That's was a very cringy altercation when they first met. And she tried the nerve to bring that lady a gift from Saks. I could snatch that box back.
See, all of that for me, like the gifts and things like that were fine. Because I know crotchety ass old people that are like that. And, they say, they say things, they say what they feel. So that really didn't bother me. I even almost shot her some bail when she didn't say when she didn't say Garcelle was pretty. And the reason that I almost shot her bail because I'm thinking the level of uncomfortability that she may have had, like, oh, let me not say anything wrong or say anything. So let me just greet her and just say hello. I don't want to say anything to get canceled. Who knows what Sutton had previously probably said to her, like, mama, don't like not saying like don't say the N-word, but this is gonna be on camera.
Nothing, mama.
Right. So just be nice to just be nice to Garcelle. But yeah.
I don't buy that. I'm sorry. So, there's no overall where the phrase "you look pretty" has a negative connotation.
No. I'm not saying that the phrase "you look pretty" has a negative connotation. I think sometimes when you can be so nervous of how you should interact with someone, what you don't want to come off is exactly what comes off.
You kind of right, because now that I'm thinking about it, she could have said some shit like, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl."
Yes, it could have been anything.
Yeah. Or your skin is beautiful.
Yes.
You know what that mean?
And it was like, what is this? Get out? Like, you gonna wear my skin? Like, anything could have happened. And again, this is not, them in their home when no one's around. This is gonna be on TV. She was probably extremely nervous about what the hell how to say. It's like similar. I'll use myself as an example. I am a very shy person. When I meet new people, I'd be like, oh my God, what do I do with my hands? What do I say? Da, 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 da. And then me overthinking it, they'd be like, well, what the fuck wrong with him? Why he got attitude? And it's like, no, I'm just shy.
But also, I mean, there's black people in Augusta. It's not like this bitch has never met a black person before. So
You're right, but they've never been in her kitchen. And they ain't got no apron on.
Well, fair.
No, or working at Luigi's.
Now, because looking at Luigi's was a scary place.
The only black person I saw in there was that server that knelt down to get lower than her people that she was servicing. Yeah, but that was behind her and Garcelle. I peeped that.
I did not like that. When I say, and I'm not a fan of going. See, as a person from the tri-state, I don't play that shit down south because I'm very nervous about that. I don't know what the way they look. I don't care about all that high buy shit. I don't trust y'all. I'm sorry. And Garcelle was absolutely right by having the fear in her eyes in what she did. I'm sorry. She was uncomfortable. And so was Kyle. Kyle was just trying to smile through the pain, if you saw it.
Kyle was actually, I loved Kyle the whole time in Augusta scene. She was funny. When they when they brought up the grandkids.
She had me. We should say, do I need to say I have a weird kid too?
Right. And then she said, like, yo, that took me out. And then the way when Garcelle was so funny in the confession, it was like, I don't know why I said it. And then the producer's like, well, which one is it? I guess I'll just say Jax. Like
damn, what your bird out there for?
Like, that was such an interesting moment. I'm really ready for next week to see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation. All right, and so then we move on to the lovely Hilton home. Just start this off from the beginning. This is I think this may have been my favorite scene of Kathy's throughout all of her tenure on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. she still gave kooky, but she gave some real. Like I saw the business in her come in.
Yeah.
Like there was a
Yeah.
little bit of like, hey dog, get smart.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
If she was very authentic this scene.
Well,
she was.
you want to know why too? When she spoke on her own marriage, right? Kathy's been married for a very long time, right? And married in a inside of a very powerful family to top it off. And after all these years, she still is telling you without telling you, be prepared and have your own.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling her that with like almost in a telekinesis kind of way. Like she wasn't saying it outright, but also, girl, you need to pay attention. This whatever you're telling us, we're hearing it, but I don't think like you got to pay attention a little bit more, baby. Like
I don't
just be
think
mindful.
you're recognizing what you're saying out your mouth. Essentially is what they were saying. Like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear what you're telling us?
Yeah.
Like
she wasn't
it's
retaining her
crazy.
own feed, like her own information, and then the feedback on what they were giving her, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, 100%. I went to Italy and I ran into someone that knows everything. And she told me that I am Italian from the north and I am also part Chinese, 3000 BC. Oh, did you do Ancestry or 23andMe? No. I just talked to a lady that knows everything.
I'm sorry.
The way that the cameraman with the bow goes like this. They must have crushed up a volume inside the limoncellos. Because what planet were you on?
Girl. First of all, if she knows everything, you know how much money you gotta have that you only care about your ancestry, that you don't even ask for the numbers.
3000 BC.
No, no, like that was so crazy to me. I will say this: I was so waiting for Kathy to say, "Hey, watch your mouth," when they kept cursing. Because remember she did that to Kyle in the reunion when she
Oh
told Kyle
yeah.
stop cursing, but because I was very nervous, like please don't let Erica. Because I also too her being invited to Erica's home. I mean, Erica being invited, that was a little bit of a shock to me.
And why does she look so good?
Erica,
Bitch.
honey,
Very
honey,
very refreshing.
honey,
Mm-hmm.
honey, that skin, that the sheer shirt. Oh my,
Yes.
like that, she looked phenomenal after signing that $37,000 check at
I
the
was
beginning
gonna
of
say
that
whoever paid
episode.
the 37,000 is the one who got the new spa treatment for her. She was good.
Honey,
She knew too, because she
child.
walked in there telling some, I feel good today. Yeah, bitch, we see.
She walked in with a bouncing her step and everything.
Titties was scoped out.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Bose, don't ever wear that neckline like that ever again. I hated that frock neckline like that.
You did?
Hated it. The color was obviously phenomenal, but that. Well, we already know you like a look. You love anything that's gonna cover up your neck. Or give her a burqa, she'll be fine, child. Child.
I'm a modest woman.
Okay. I have a critique of the read. And that critique is, and this is without assumption, because I don't know, but how you get him is how you lose him. And so he wasn't married when they got together. It doesn't seem like there was overlap. But if you pay attention to his relationship with his older children, his relationship with his ex-wife, you are not an anomaly. Never assume that you are an anomaly. Never think that you are so great that it can't happen to you. We ain't never seen one of his kids on the show. We ain't never heard anything from them. If he's able to essentially disassociate his whole life, and there's none of the older kids on the Instagram, on the Twitter, no nothing. If he's able to disassociate his life like that and move on with you and build a whole new life and all this great stuff, you don't think he can do that to you? That's all I'm saying.
Said that, I completely forgot that he had that whole other family.
I don't even think I knew.
I knew that, but that was something that's almost like us finding out what happened with Mauricio and Kyle. we're never going to really know the full story on that. I just remember that from years ago, but you're 100% right, Aaron.
Yeah.
Girl,
And like, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just thinking like now that you even putting that into my brain, now I'm looking at the dinner like, Dory, I need you to really get it together, girl. Like, for real,
Yes.
you need to protect yourself. You know what he did to the first wife. Put your thinking cap on. And honestly, the next call you need to make is sitting and actually having a lunch with her ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need to do.
And also too, like, because when I first saw PJ, he looked 56 to me too.
PJ.
So he looked 56 to me too. And she was like, PK, PJ, PK, PJ, well, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. Like, Kathy is a mess, child. Kathy is a mess. The one thing I will say, another part that broke my heart was she said something along the lines of, "Oh, don't I have to be sure he doesn't want me back?"
And Erica ate her up. And
Erica says, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you.
My heart. It's like, but that's the thing. You go back and forth. Like,
but like that was probably one of Erica's best moments. The way she the way she got triggered and just started going off. But everything she said was so fucking real and so true.
Mm-hmm.
And
spot on.
Yeah.
It was wild. And it was so crazy because you can tell, Jared, like she came, it was almost like she rose from the dead when she heard people start talking.
Yeah.
She was uninterested in the beginning of their conversation. But then when she kept talking about once she talked about the email that was sent about the financials, she woke up. She was like, wait, email sent. She said, you need to call a lawyer.
Yeah.
She was like,
that's paperwork now. That's a not a contract. What's it called? An agreement at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's making shit official right now. 100%.
He's setting you up. So that really woke Erica up in that very moment. Once she heard that email got sent and she saw how Dorit was speaking about it, like you can tell that this wasn't a nice little email.
Right.
So that really triggered her. And you can tell. And Erica even said, like, I wish that I would have had someone to tell me to get out of bed sooner because I actually lost out on a lot because I didn't have my antennas. I didn't think that this person would do this to me. She was like, that's not the man you're married to anymore. You guys are not friends. You need to get that out your head. They're not the same.
Like she was literally giving Dorit everything that she would have done differently if she could have rolled back and went over. And that's the kind of friend you want.
To be honest with you, hell yeah. And we know how Erica struggled. Erica she got tore down that season. She was in the process of getting a divorce. She looked terrible. I mean, she was on a pill every second.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
No, it was a mess. I really did feel bad for her. All right, guys. So we are going to get into our favorite part of the episode where we say,
Everybody just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. So for me, I'm going to have to say who needs to calm down. I have to say, I'm giving it to Miss Reba.
You took mine.
Miss Reba got to calm down. She could have called Garcelle cute. That's mine. I'm saying Miss Reba.
I definitely agree. I'm also saying Reba. Reba, I'm sure you've seen a black person before. You've seen a scarf before. You can have some fucking decorum, Reba.
I won't piggyback, even though we know we could actually do a landslide of Reba because we all know how we feel about Reba.
Not last episode, landslide was Sutton, so we could do the mama,
and now we're going to the mama.
Generational.
I don't want to give her. Actually, I don't want to give her any more praise. You know who needs to calm down and get a grip on reality? Dorit. She pissed me off at the end.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. You ain't gotta yell at me. Okay, girl. Dang.
Relax. And
remember when Nene did that with Cynthia? Okay, girl. You ain't gotta yell. Okay, girl. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this episode of Everybody Just Calm Down. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and follow us on social media for more reality TV takes. Thanks for listening, and remember, stay shady, but everybody just calm down. Peace.
Bye. I'm cute.